Good afternoon. It's Thursday. And you know, in our Facebook family, sometimes we have Think About It Thursday. You know, we still have Miserable Monday. Don't Try Me Tuesday. I Wish It Would Win. And we've made it to Think About It Thursday. Now, let me get me some dishwater on in a minute. Because you know I tell y'all that the first ingredient that you need in any recipe that you will be preparing is some good hot soapy dishwater. And it won't hurt to put a little cap full of bleach over in there to kill off the germs. Now, earlier, I was talking to y'all about your purses, your pocketbooks, and your predicament. It was mostly geared toward the ladies, but I see some men were tuning in too. And I'm glad to know that you all are watching the video, learning from the video, and sharing the video so other people will learn. Now, during that video, I started talking about saving money. When I got through making the video, I do like I do sometimes. I go back and I read the comments. And up on reading some of those comments about saving money and being more disciplined with your finance, I almost got like I had to turn them. Some of y'all had more excuses than going to jail. I saw all kind of excuses for why you can't save you no money. Now, truth be told, sometimes it's easier to save a little money than it is to spend it. Because you know what? In order to spend some money, used to, you had to get up, get dressed, go to the store, walk around, and stay in there long enough to find something you really could do without to give folks your money. Now, you can sit at home, and if you're a big enough fool and don't have no discipline, you can go broke over the internet. Just keep on clicking and having the UPS man come to your door. Now, I heard some people saying, well, out here where I live, and up north where I live, and out here in California, the rent is so high we can't save no money. I got Facebook friends all over the world. And I see your friends and your friends' friends on your timeline. Now, I know it's real hot out west and it's real cold up north, but it ain't hot enough and cold enough to keep them same folks what live in New York and California from popping bottles and getting turned up. I see y'all turned down for what? In the time that it took you to go to the club and buy that expensive bottle of yak, you could have saved you about, $20 out of that. Do that every week. That's $80 a month. In a year's time, you'll have almost $1,000 put up. Now, that ain't enough money for you to go and cuss your boss out, quit your job, and retire to some remote island in the Caribbean. But it's a doggone good start. Now, most folks, especially us black folks, we didn't come from 6 or 7 generations of money. I don't come from or descend from the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, or the Vanderbilts. I came from regular, hard-working folks who descend from farmers, who bought some land, farmed the land, taught their children a work ethic and the value of an education, both formal and informal. And as a matter of fact, my informal education, or good old common sense, has carried me just as far, if not further, than the book learning that I think I got. The reason why I say that is because many of us got more degrees than a thermometer. But the people who paid for them and truly paid for them may not have even had a high school diploma. I hear a lot of women talking about they got to have a professional man. But their blue-collar, hard-working, regular trade skilled daddy was the one who sent you to school to get that degree you got. And many of our mothers, grandmothers, and aunts have worked in factories, restaurants, worked in housekeeping, laundry, or even worked as domestic workers for us to enjoy the luxuries that we have now because of the sacrifices that they made yesterday. And truth be told, a lot of our great-granddaddies only had a 6th grade education and still had land that is now being passed down to us. And some of us, like I said, got more degrees than a thermometer, and we don't even own where we live. Or if we do, we just got that one little old lot deeded in that subdivision, and we think we living good. Now, to those of you who have every excuse in the book as to why you can't save any money, I want you to know that at one time I had every excuse of why I couldn't lose any weight. And I had got to about 27 pounds shy of 300 pounds. Ooh, yeah, I was real fluffy. Well, you know what? I may not have reached my goal weight, but I don't take no diabetes medicine. I don't take no high blood pressure medicine. And I feel pretty good most days. I'm still making an effort to eat more fruits and vegetables and to move my body a little bit more. And I know that I'm going to lose this weight or maintain my weight one day at a time, one decision at a time, 1 pound at a time. And that's the same way it comes to you if you want to secure your financial future. You got to do it one decision at a time, one day at a time, $1 at a time. Now, don't y'all bite my idea. Don't try to steal my idea because it's copyrighted, because I'm working on something for y'all. But I'm going to give you a little peep into one of the things that y'all say I need to be writing a book about. If you want to secure your financial future and have a legacy that you may be able to pass on to your children and grandchildren, but make sure you teach them some sense first, or either they'll take what you got, sell your house, put you in a nursing home, and party your money up. But if you want to get started, you can get started right now, today, or as early as tomorrow. Now, this is a gallon milk jug. Right now, it's got some milk in it. High as milk is, y'all surely didn't think I was going to pour out a whole gallon of milk just to demonstrate anything to y'all. Now, I don't drink a lot of dairy milk, but I do use it in some of my cooking. All right? So now, if you want to start saving some money, with just this milk jug and this item that I have in my hand, I'm going to show it to you a little bit later. I hope that if you are young enough and disciplined enough, those of you who are in your late teens, early 20s, just getting started, if you will take the advice that I give you, you will be well on your way to becoming what I call a milk jug millionaire. If you are in your 30s and 40s, you can take this advice and you can save for your children, for your grandchildren, a luxury item, a vacation, and not bust your budget or dip into your regular savings to buy these items. If you want to buy you some luxury items, great, but don't go into debt trying to buy a pocketbook or go on a vacation. With a little discipline, the young folks can start saving and contributing to their retirement fund, and those of us who are older who may already have retirement funds or savings can add to them or set it aside for luxury items and special occasions. You will need 2 items and a character trait to be well on your way to becoming what I call a milk jug millionaire. You will need a clean 1-gallon milk jug. You need to rinse it out, wash it, let it dry because you don't want it to be sour. And you will need this. You will need to start with 1 roll of quarters, which if they still rolling them like they was rolling them when I came along, it should amount to $10. Now, $10 is not a whole lot of money. Some of y'all blew $10 or more on lunch today. Some of y'all smoke up just about $10 in a pack of squares, or what y'all call cigarettes, because from what I heard, cigarettes now cost $7 and $8 a pack. That's blowing a $10 bill right there. In other little ways, candies, snacks, and other things, as my mother would say, we constantly blowing money up the bat's ass. So if you will get you a gallon milk jug and start with 1 roll of quarters. If you can, 2 rolls of quarters. Every week, get you at least 1 roll of quarters. Go by the bank, get you a roll of quarters. Take the cap off the milk jug, drop the quarters in the milk jug, leave them there. Next week on your payday, do the same thing. $10, $10, $10, $10. Those of you who can, you might want to try $20 or $30. Make sure you get it in quarters. When that jug gets heavy and it gets almost full, you will have saved about $1,000. A gallon milk jug holds about $1,000 worth of quarters, give or take a few dollars, maybe a few more, maybe a few less. But in that gallon milk jug, you'll have $1,000. Now, for those of you who are doing 2 or 3 rolls of quarters a week, you will get to that $1,000 in less than a year. For those of you who can only afford to do 1 roll of quarters, that's about $520 in a year. Now, you can keep those milk jugs in a safe place in your house. If your crackhead cousin don't come over and find it, it'll be pretty safe. Because it's a little bit inconvenient to go and shake out those quarters, roll them up and take them and spend them. Now, once you get 2 milk jugs of quarters, if you young enough, let's say you in your early 20s, you got 3 of them milk jugs, and you want to start investing your money. Like I always tell people, if you're in the Memphis area, go see Charles sing. If you down here in Jackson, go see my man Louis Robinson. And at your age, they may tell you where to put that money and how much you need to bring every month or add to it every month on a monthly basis to fund this investment account, whether it be an IRA, Roth IRA, mutual fund, whatever it is. I'm no financial expert, but I'm smart enough to find the people that are. If you put this money in the right place, depending on your financial advisor's advice, by the rule of 72, every 7 years, that money is subject to double. So let's say we take an 18, 19-year-old, got them a little fast food or retail job, and every week they drop them 2 rolls of quarters in the jug. They may even issue a challenge to their mom and dad and say, Dad, for every $10 I drop in every week, I want you to drop 1. So they may end up getting $20, $30, $40 in their jug. As soon as they've got about $2,500 or $3,000, they may want to go and open them up an IRA, and they may decide that they want to contribute $25 a week or $30 a week to it. Let's say $100. And let's say from the age of 18, 19, or 20, they do that for the next 7 years. So at 26, 27 years old, they now have this money along with the compounded interest. They can stop right then after 7 or 8 years and never contribute to it. And if the interest rate is yielding correctly, at 40 or 45 years old, that 1 jug of quarters or 2 jug of quarters will be somewhere between $300,000 and $400,000. Yeah, you heard it right. $300,000 or $400,000 for a 7-year sacrifice of some quarters in a milk jug every week. Now, the interest rate may not always yield that much money, but whatever it turns out to be, it'll sure be more than you had right now when you started. Now, if you are older and you've saved a few $1,000s, you may want to entrust that to a financial advisor and save more aggressively. You may have to do $300, $400, $500 every month. But I promise you, with a milk jug, a gallon milk jug, and some rolls of quarters, a little discipline, some delayed gratification, and some sacrifice, you could be well on your way to becoming a milk jug millionaire. When I was a little girl, they thought I was a little bit throwed off. As a matter of fact, people thought I was throwed off all my life. Because when they were asking everybody what they wanted to be, they said, I want to be a teacher. I want to be a nurse. I want to be a ballerina. I want to be a secretary. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I looked around and I said, I want to be like my Aunt Callie Maud. I want to grow up to be an old, rich, good-looking woman. And they said, what? I said, I want to live to get old, have me some money, and be a well-kept, good-looking woman. My Aunt Callie Maud Broughton Lomax was my example. Now, I don't know if she ever became a millionaire or billionaire, but I do know this. She wasn't hurting for anything. And through wisdom, discipline, sacrifice, and delayed gratification, this school teacher who grew up on a farm was able to provide opportunities for nieces and nephews that she had. She was never a mother to her own biological children, but because of her, we became well-read, well-traveled, and introduced to art, music, literature, and a lot of things in the world that we may not have otherwise known. My prayer is that God bless me to have a long, healthy life as she did, to be as wise and discerning as she was, and to be as disciplined in every area in my life like she was, especially with my finances. It is my prayer that as God blesses me, that I'm able to be a blessing to my son, my grandchildren, my nieces, my nephews, my neighbors, my friends, and to young people coming along behind me so that I can continue to guide them in the way that was paved for me by my ancestors. It is still my desire that I grow to be an old, healthy, wealthy, good-looking woman so that I can continue to take the little bit that I think I know and add it to what you know, and we can grow together. Remember, one clean milk jug, one roll of quarters just may start some of you off to becoming a milk jug millionaire. See y'all later. I got a few things around here to do. I look to hear from you all real soon. Michael Johnson, my Facebook family member, congratulations. You are well on your way. I really am honored that you took the time to listen and you found some value in what I had to say a couple of months ago, and you're now reporting to me that your credit score is going up and that you're making some good sound financial decisions. I'm very proud of all of you, because one thing about it, we may not all be at the same place on our journey, but every day that we make a step, we're making progress. I want my people to be truly free, and freedom comes at a price. And it comes with a price that you sometimes have to pay with money. You can't demand nothing from folks and beg from them at the same time. I know that many leaders have told us that we need to vote, and we do need to vote, especially in these upcoming midterm elections next year. Some of our power is at the poll, but a whole lot of our power could be more felt at the bank. If you go and get 99 more of your friends and vote, unless you vote for the homecoming queen, them little 100 votes might not change much. But if you got $100,000 and you go get 99 more of your friends and they got $100,000, baby, if you walk up in anywhere with a collective value of $10 million, somebody gonna listen to what you got to say. They gonna do what you ask them to do, and you just might start getting what you want. A free people must be a well-financed people. And we got to do it one day at a time, $1 at a time. Each one teach one. Be good to yourself so that we can all be good to each other. And until I see you again, I want y'all to do just that. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Take this milk jug, a roll of quarters, and do it one day and $1 at a time. Bye.